$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh god.
Oh.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do it right now.
What?
Let's use this
Go
scenario.
ahead.
Let's do it right
And
now.
Die Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
I'm sorry, but
When she
she's
cuts-
a great actress, but she sucks in that movie.
She cuts open the door with the chainsaw and she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back off with the saw,
What? If you back off with the saw!
we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote of Buddy
Yeah. I can quote Speed too.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Garfield and Friends from Pickle
Oh,
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not the
Yes.
first one.
This one.
Times are here.
Yeah, I hate that one.
It doesn't matter. That's
Well,
just an
yes,
image.
but there are two
There's
actual
two-
songs.
there's two of
Oh,
them.
The
well,
second
that's what they.
one-
That's he sent me a picture.
Ready?
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 Two.
To
Party!
We're ready
To party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield,
Garfield
and
and
Friends. And then I think there's another
I
verse.
love how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There
in it.
is. There's a little bit more to it.
Oh my god, I'm like tearing up
I
here.
just got a
Good
Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot!
I thought
You
that
okay?
You were gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Do it.
No!
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there. Help me! My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 293.
Today is March 14th. It is National Pie Day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. You guys got
It's
favorite
Pie Day.
favorite pie?
Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think pumpkin's just like an all
I
around.
feel like I'm a basic bitch when it comes to that
Well,
one.
But I do like if you integrate some kind of chocolate into the pie.
Okay,
like
so I do
that's
like
eatable.
what is it? Chocolate turtle pie or
Sure.
whatever the thing is. It's basically whipped cream with some chocolate sprinkled over it.
chocolate pudding.
No.
Well, there's pudding pie.
No, I'm talking about like is it called a turtle pie?
Well, yeah. I
It's
mean,
the stuff my grandma always
I
gets.
don't
It's
like-
frozen whenever we go
Yeah,
to
it's like Edwards or Marie
Yeah.
Callender does it. too.
Yeah.
I don't like nuts in my pie.
It's not.
Bro.
It doesn't have nuts.
Yes, it does.
It
Turtle
does?
pie has walnuts.
Turtles have nuts, like
Well-
the candy turtle.
Yeah.
Okay, well then they're just sprinkled with a little bit of nuts. I like a little bit of nut in my pie.
Have you ever
I
had?
like a little cream in my pie.
Have you ever had a peanut butter pie?
Welcome to the PTO Unlimited podcast.
Peanut butter pie. You ever had it?
Yeah.
No!
Yes,
Very good.
yes.
Very
Like a peanut
good.
butter mousse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's
Any
kinda
type
weird.
of chocolate or peanut butter.
You know,
cream
I
or-
won't go out of my way to buy pie.
Yeah, I don't eat it. I really only eat pumpkin pie, and I only eat it at Thanksgiving. So
But you're talking about all these other ones, and they're
I never-
delicious.
I never eat them, but they're good.
Yeah. Like, I'll go to the store. I'll pass by the dessert section every
They're
time.
expensive.
They're
Well,
expensive.
they're like, what, $10?
They don't last very long.
No? Well,
if you have some self-control, they might.
Okay, that's me admitting to not having any self-control.
I get it.
Oh, self-control. Oh my gosh. You know, I would say apple is like one of my favorites as well, but it's only in the fall. Got to be only in the fall. So, how was your week?
Good.
Yeah, man, it's been a crazy week for us. I'll say.
It
Alex
was a very long week.
Pixel got to meet another dachshund.
He did. He got
Yeah.
to meet one that was like 3 months younger than he is.
Yeah, yeah.
So they just met on a leash. They didn't get to like free roam and play yet.
What was?
We're gonna work up to that.
What was the like? Okay, so Pixel looks so much different than Arkham, this other dachshund that he saw. Why are they so different amongst the two? Like they're both minis, right?
I want to say Pixel's probably more pure.
Really?
I think.
He has some muscle.
It's either, I mean, dachshunds come in all shapes and sizes, and I think Arkham's probably just gonna be more like a Layla, like kind of short and.
Well, I don't remember Layla being rotund and round.
Well, Layla wasn't like round. I mean, she definitely got skinny, but Arkham might. She said I actually talked to her today, and because they're only about half a pound difference, but they're 3 months apart.
Oh my god, what's she feeding him?
She feeds him the
Same stuff?
I think same puppy
Yeah,
food, but
yeah,
she says Arkham, like you put the food down, he's like, "Rum, rum, 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 rum." You know, and
Pixel's starting to get that way.
Pixel's more of a
He grazes on his face.
yeah, he's more of a he's like Layla was, like he's a grazer.
It's so
like
weird.
and then when he starts eating, then he'll go to his bowl
Devour.
and he'll kind of. But she said like as soon as you put it down, like he like gobbles it up, and that's like a true dachshund.
Really?
Dachshunds have like apparently a lab appetite where you just put it down, and it's like and then it's gone.
Pixel.
No,
He's weird.
nah, he's always been kind of like that though.
Yeah.
Like he likes his food. Now, if you put something else in front of him, he'll like go, I want
Oh
it.
yeah, anything.
Like an ice cube, Brett.
You go to that freaking fridge and he's like,
He
Can I
just
have
likes
one?
to chew on things. Like
yeah.
he's
Oh my god,
definitely-
he got
in
being a bad boy.
trouble
He's
this
being he's being bad.
Yeah, he got in trouble
He
this week.
chewed on the jump rope. That was like that's
He
not
chewed on the handle of my jump rope for like
Yeah.
my tone it up jump rope, so I
Chewed
wasn't
on a
very happy about
pen
that.
cap. He chewed on a pen. I caught him chewing on Starburst wrappers.
Right? Don't look at me.
I don't
What was
eat them.
that?
I don't eat
know.
them.
I don't eat Starburst. I don't know what you're talking about.
BS.
There's record of you eating Starburst, so don't give us that.
You are like you give Alex some kind of like if you give her any pink candy of Starburst, she'll go nuts
No,
on
I
it.
like.
I know.
I mean, Starburst
Strawberry.
is one of my favorite candies. So
I
It's
love
so
Starburst.
weird. It's kind of like a taffy, but it's not.
Exactly.
better.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, I only really, really enjoy hard candy, and
What? Really?
yes,
No.
yes,
Really? Oh, I guess you do like Jolly Ranchers.
Starburst is like
It's
my
like a middle.
exception.
What about Now and Laters?
No,
They're the same thing.
no, they're disgusting.
I like them.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I do not like
They're like
most
sta-
soft
they're like
candies. I
stale
don't like.
Starburst.
They
but they
basically
don't-
are.
Yeah,
they don't taste stale.
disgusting.
They don't taste stale. They just have that.
They have the consistency of a
texture.
stale Starburst.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I can just remember it like you'll be sitting there like, man, can't chew on it yet? Nope.
Have you ever had a Starburst that's stale?
Yeah, it's hard to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sucks too.
It's
It's-
hard to eat. It's very
Yeah.
difficult to eat.
You ever have dry Reese's cups? Reese's peanut
No.
butter cups, like the old, like if
don't
it
think
just
so.
sits out for too long. Yeah.
I mean,
it's
I
like,
did like
mean
back in the
unwrapped?
day. Back in the day, being
no, it's
here.
just
Remember
old.
when my dresser was up against this wall?
Yeah, this is weird. We're
I
talking
know,
about
right?
that.
We're talking about this. So I had
Yeah.
like a dresser, and I had a one of my drawers would be like my candy drawer when I was in high school,
I know which one that was.
and it was like on the right. And it
Yeah.
was like the middle.
Right middle.
Yeah, and it was just like every time I went, like when we went Halloween, like when we did Halloween, and we got like pillowcases full of candy.
Right.
So that would last me like the whole year, and I would just dump it in one of my drawers, and whenever I was
God.
hungry, I would eat some. Well, eventually that drawer got nasty, like it like
because
it,
your mother doesn't believe in air conditioning.
Oh yeah.
right?
Melted
eventually,
chocolate.
well, not necessarily
and-
that. The chocolate will always be gone, like, but the hard candies and stuff, like
Really?
I feel like I know what old candy.
Maybe you
tastes
should have
like.
Yeah.
ate it all faster.
Alex wasn't really. She
I
you never really had a sweet.
Well, I
tooth.
couldn't because I had braces from the time I was 13
13 to
until I was 16, I think.
Actually, you got him off by
It was
before-
right before my
before your
16th
16th birthday. Yeah.
So there was like a good portion of my early teenage years where I couldn't eat candy.
Yeah, that's
Like it would get.
It was-
I tried, even though they told me not to. I tried, and it got stuck to my braces, and I was afraid my brackets were gonna fall off. And then my mom would yell at me because it cost $1 million, and so I just stopped eating candy.
Yeah, that's okay. You didn't need it anyway.
I ate gum for the longest time before braces.
Yeah, I feel bad because I was eating all those
I
gummy
don't
worms.
eat gum anymore.
I was eating all those gummy worms and stuff. You have braces, and I was just like
Ooh,
sitting here devouring all
Quick
this
question:
candy.
what's your favorite brand of gummy whatever?
Trolleys.
God, that's the worst.
No, it's not. It's amazing.
Black Forest is good.
Sour Trolleys.
I gotta probably say
Albanese. I fell in love
Okay,
with.
Albanese.
Where
is
did
really
that
good too.
bag of gummy bears go, Alex?
It's in the turnstile.
No, it's not. It's not
Then
that.
then the ghost is chomping down.
5
on 'em.
pounds of gummy bears are gone in this
Okay.
house. Did you throw them out?
No,
I have no
put
idea
them
where
in the
they're at.
turnstile.
They're
You
not
probably
there.
put them in another cabinet and thought you put them in the turnstile.
110%. That's where I put them.
We're gonna look after this
'Kay.
show.
Go
Uh,
right
so
ahead.
there's Black Forest, there's Haribo.
Haribo's
I
okay.
really liked those before I.
Albanese
Found
is
out about
local to us,
Albanese.
though.
Yes, it is.
Well, at least there is a. I don't know if it's
There is
national,
an Albanese,
but there is a
in
manufacturing
Albanese-
facility.
not Plymouth.
or Albanese.
Maryville.
Is it Maryville?
Yes.
What's the other one? Right? What's
Valpo.
Valpo?
Yeah,
I think it's
Valparaiso.
in
Well,
Valparaiso.
they're connected. They're like a mile apart.
Yeah.
Haribo does not make worms. If I'm
No,
pretty
they
sure.
just do the bears.
Yeah.
And I'm actually like Trolley at one point was making all these different types of gummy things. They had these gummy eggs.
We have
they had
like
roadkill.
10 different trolley SKUs where
Yeah.
I work.
Yeah. too
I
much.
like the sour Trolleys.
They
Is that
need.
what they're
I wonder.
called?
Yeah, Albanese has sour. I wonder if that's good.
Yeah, but I like
Yes.
the texture of
Sour Bright. Yes, those are the ones. Yes, Trolley.
Yeah, but there's like the clear jellies, and then there's like the thicker jellies.
We're saying the same thing.
We are?
Yes. The
Okay.
clear ones are not sour.
Oh,
They aren't.
well, I like the sour.
You're talking to a
ones.
gummy like.
Yes, I know you like gummies.
I went
I know you
nuts
like
on
gummies.
gummy bears and worms. I stopped after a while. I'm just like I don't. That big old bag of
Then you have like
gummy bears.
I think Brax makes them too.
Brock's?
Brock's the
Yeah,
jelly
they
bean
do.
company.
yeah.
And then you usually have like your cheap brand, like Kroger
Oh yeah, the
and Great
knockoff
Value.
ones. Yeah, right.
And then and Kroger still does a small bulk section where you can buy in bulk like
I'm
that.
surprised they brought it back.
Yeah.
Like after all,
with
yeah.
the COVID thing.
the COVID thing.
The COVID
COVID
thing.
problem.
Anything else as far as our week? I don't think anything else happened. I don't think there's much else to say, but there is some stuff in the NFL that's been
Yeah.
going on. Holy crap!
Few
I can't.
trades
Didn't
going
take
on.
very long, did it?
So much news this week. First of all, let's get the big things out of the way. Tom Brady's back.
Yep.
His retirement was. I didn't think it was going to happen. I don't think he didn't look ready like Ben Roethlisberger looked ready.
Physically, no, but
don't
when you
even-
play for 22 years, you
Brady
you
doesn't
think,
look as banged up.
I mean, obviously, he hasn't needed.
You like
the
that
money
meme, didn't
for years. It was fun.
It was fine.
I think Brett Favre upped it the one year where he did a commercial. I think it was during the Super Bowl where it was like 10 years later, and he's like, yeah, and he had just won MVP at like age 50 or something. He's like, yeah, I think I'm coming back. Maybe we'll see, because he was always very wishy-washy.
I love it. Boys want to go
but-
to the Super Bowl.
It was good that Brett Favre was able to make fun of himself in a commercial. I thought that I liked that, but I'm not surprised that he's back. I didn't think he'd announced that he'd be coming back so soon. It's literally like yesterday was 3 weeks. From
I
the Super Bowl.
know.
You
He
know?
just said I'm retired.
So-
and he's like, never mind, I'm bored.
Uh-huh.
I got too much money. I'm bored. I don't know what to do with my
I
life.
think what maybe happened is instead of taking the questions every time he's interviewed between then and the start of the season about if he's coming back, he's just like, I'll just say I'm retired now. That way nobody's asking me about it. I can
Right.
have this time to really decide if I want to play again, and then if I want to play again, I will come back.
Well, let's be honest here. You're kind of excited to talk about football again.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I didn't think there'd be that much to talk about so
There
soon,
is
but
so many trades as well.
Russell Wilson went to Denver. And
yes.
Traded and the
And Broncos gave up a lot.
they gave up a lot, but it's funny because
It is weird.
it's that division is just stacked again because you got Herbert, Mahomes, and now Russell Wilson all in the AFC West.
right.
So Russell Wilson went from one of the best divisions in the NFC to probably the best division in the AFC. So I don't really know. I guess what happened, and I did not know this, that people have been saying the Broncos have everything they need to win except a quarterback. So now they guess they have a quarterback. So
Right.
we'll see.
Well, there's that.
I wonder how much
Aaron
money
Rodgers
he's
is
getting.
making a buttload of money.
4-year deal.
$200 million.
He was sounding like he wanted to leave.
He
Now he
sounded
doesn't.
Prior to
He's
last
like,
year.
I could
that
finally
he,
get that jet now.
He didn't really want to play with the Packers, but they.
Oh, shucks.
If they haven't franchise tagged Devontae Adams, they're going to, which means he'll still have Devontae Adams.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I think it'll be they'll go 13-4 or 14-3, go to the playoffs, win one game maybe, and lose the second one, just like they always do. And yeah, but he'll make a buttload of money doing it.
Kirk Cousins is staying another year.
Is he?
Yes, he signed for another year in the Vikings, and I don't care.
Carson Wentz.
I don't care about that.
Carson Wentz is
Carson
going
Wentz
to the Washington football.
What the heck? He was at
Washington Commanders.
Commanders. They did. We haven't discussed that either. That the Washington.
I thought the
team.
name
I
the
don't like
Washington
it.
football team was fine. They should have just left it at that.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
They could have done something better
But
than Commanders.
the Commanders, especially when you think if they're going to, if you don't want to be called the Washington Commies in the capital of the United States. Which is possible. You've tried to say
they've already started doing it all over the internet. Yes, they have.
But Carson Wentz,
he went there.
He went
1 year
there.
at the Colts, right? 1 year.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy that the Colts already gave him up.
If he doesn't win, and they did win, Indy did win, and then they got their butts kicked right before the playoffs, if I remember correctly. They kept them out.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do decent in Washington in 2022, the 2022 season, he will not get another chance. He'll be out of the league.
I'm pretty certain.
This is his third team.
How much are you thinking that Kaepernick's going to be going to the?
I don't think Kaepernick will ever
Seahawks.
play in the league again.
He is being talked about again.
And that's fine, but he had a chance
Seahawks have an opening on the West
to have
Coast.
a private workout with whoever wanted to show up, and then he didn't work out.
Right.
And the thing about he hasn't played in years,
right?
And he's obviously getting older.
They're claiming he's in the best shape of his life.
Maybe so, but he's still older.
He hasn't taken a hit in 5 years.
Exactly right. That's funny because for 2-3 years after Brett Favre retired, he was still in like tremendous shape because he started doing all these athletic
probably get himself
triathlons
back.
or whatever with his wife. So he was in just ridiculously good shape, and so he'd get asked, "Would you ever come back and play?" He's like, "I could play, but I can't take a hit,
right?"
Because he's out of the practice of taking a hit.
Yeah.
So Kaepernick he may end up on a team. He just won't last.
We'll see. We'll see if that ever happens because they're talking about him now. And then we got one big one. Mitch Trubisky went to the Steelers. He's taking place of Roethlisberger. I think that just got announced.
I will be surprised if he starts.
Well, who's going to start?
I don't know, but
like
at the same
the Steelers
time,
don't have
the quarterback class in this draft is not good.
No,
so he could start.
What gives Trubisky such a freaking lead? He sucked in the Bears.
He really did.
I don't know. I don't know what.
Do you want to take that screen down?
What screen? Oh.
Yeah. Our infinity screen.
He had a coach that didn't really want him in Chicago. That did not help his development. Yeah. But I don't know. Mike, we'll see.
Yeah, I get you. I think that's about it. All we have to say about the NFL.
About WWE.
That was going to be next, since we're kind of in the sports chat
section here.
Scott Hall.
Yeah,
that's sad.
I mean, okay, so first of all, he had a heart attack from 3 blood clots. Oof. And I think right now they said that he still has a floating one, and that's awful to hear.
Plus, Scott Hall is like the Keith Richards of the WWE.
Yeah. He's very much so. He's only 62.
Years and years and
is he really
years
only 62?
of substance abuse.
Oh yeah,
that's very true.
Did you watch the Dark Side of the Ring of
him
with all of his pills that he takes
took? Man.
I mean, DDP tried to help him. I know that there's a whole thing about the Diamond Dallas Page yoga trying to help out, and everybody that has these ailments.
He rehabbed Jake the Snake, who was in the same
and came
boat.
back so well.
Yes.
If you want to, Jake the Snake and Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon, are kind of in the same boat. They kind of just dealt with substance abuse.
And Jake the Snake's upbringing was horrific.
And the rest of like his lifestyle was
Yes.
horrific. I don't know much about Scott Hall's, but
I don't either as far as pre wrestling, but I just know
right.
in it when he was in it, and
He was
you
a
know, on
movie
top,
star
he
first with Scott Hall, right? A TV star, movie star,
I don't know.
stuntman. He was
Don't
doing
remember
something.
that.
He was doing something.
But so
that
I
nature.
didn't. So you say he had a heart attack and he was put on life support, and his family's pulling the plug.
At
so
this point,
as
he's
of
brain.
1:48 p.m. Pacific time, he was taken off life support, but he is
Oh.
still fighting for his life.
Okay.
So
Well, he might have something in his will that says you can only be on for so long because
we got to get a will going.
Oh my god,
really
yeah.
do,
It's kind of
because
scares you. Doesn't it?
Hearing this, like, I don't want to be put on life support, and I don't want to have that decision put on my family or
Right.
you.
Yeah,
like, I
was,
don't.
I was thinking this a couple weeks.
I don't want to
ago.
be a freaking vegetable and people
Is-
waiting around to see if I'm going to make a come around.
I was thinking more in
It's-
the terms of if something tragic happens
Or
to
that.
me, what's gonna happen to all my stuff? It needs to go somewhere.
Well, I mean, okay.
you know.
Well,
and-
we have next to kin already set up for a
Mhm.
lot of things.
I'm gonna say, like, we've got like life insurance and things like that,
Yeah.
but like I'm talking like I don't want to put that pressure on somebody like
Oh yeah,
in particular.
Right.
I don't want my next of kin to sit there on a bed going, "Well, Josh, would you like to pull the plug or not?" And then he sits like that's too big of a decision. I want to make that decision myself. Like, I think that's a good idea. We should probably actually think
sit
about
down,
that.
do that.
We
Yeah.
should sit
so
down and do
so
that.
Scott Hall is
So he has
It'd be
been taken off life
surprising.
support as of 1:48 p.m.
hearing what Kevin
Pacific
Nash
time.
had to say about Scott Hall has been heartbreaking too, because he's like, I never loved anybody more.
They
Like,
said it would
those
be a
two-
miracle if he survived.
If you've seen like Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Shawn Michaels together, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash are like that. They are.
Yep.
They are together on everything. If one went one place, they went together. They just had that click. And all four of them were together too in the WWE at first as a clique themselves. They just had that whole thing go down. We know we have a
Oh, the
lot of
clique.
history, knowledge of the wrestling
Did you already say why
business.
he was put on life support?
Heart
And a heart
attacks,
attack.
yes, because he had a hip surgery.
Yes, hip. So he
Yes.
suffered 3 heart attacks while trying to recover from the surgery in the hospital
Mm-hmm.
from a broken hip, actually.
So he had to have the surgery done. There's no.
Yes, he had a broken hip from a
Yeah.
recent fall, and
Yeah.
then under anesthesia, he had 3 heart attacks.
God.
Wow.
So that's usually a big indication that's
The
not.
damage that's done with just one.
I mean, anesthesia in general is just very risky. It's
We
not
still
just-
don't know much about it.
I
it's still a
know,
freaking mystery to
I
us.
mean, it's evolving all the time with new drugs, new
Yeah.
protocols, and
Right.
unfortunately, even if
You've
you're
been under.
even if I have, I don't remember shit. I just remember the last thing I remember is going down the hallway and I had gotten a sedative that made me go, woohoo, let's have surgery.
So I'm just hoping that Scott Hall's not in any pain. You
I know, it's-
doesn't have any like feeling of what has
So,
gone down.
My guess is, like, when you're taking off life support, my guess is they just keep you as comfortable as possible and give you a damn morphine button.
Right. There's been plenty of times where I've just like wondered, how he got to that place. It's just crazy. So sad to hear about that. Yes, he's still
That's
fighting.
his current,
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
most current picture.
While we're talking about that, I guess we can talk about William Hurt.
I'm
I
not
didn't even-
familiar with him.
You don't know him.
No.
Okay. Well, you watched all the Avengers.
I watched one Avengers. Well, and then
You watched
I
all
didn't watch
Avengers.
the second Avengers. Age
You-
of Ultron. I didn't watch that one.
You didn't see Endgame and Infinity
I
War?
saw those two. I did
Yeah.
not. See
He's in
the
them.
Second one.
He's in
Yeah.
them.
Well, I don't know who he is. Let me say
He's
that.
the Secretary of State Ross.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you remember Endgame at all?
No.
Well, fuck you. Okay, so he's in Lost.
saw-
I'll list
I
all
saw
the
it
stuff
once,
he's in.
it's
Okay,
4 hours long.
Lost in Space, AI, Artificial Intelligence, The Village, A History of Violence, Mr. Brooks, The Incredible Hulk, Captain America: Civil War, Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame, and Black Widow. So Alex and I have seen him in plenty of films.
yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah, he's 71, died of prostate cancer.
Hmm.
So, yeah, he died yesterday. I didn't
Oh,
even
really?
know anything about
I
this.
didn't even
Nope,
see it.
I didn't
on
even know
any-
he was suffering from it. Kind of sad.
Yeah.
I thought you would have known this guy, Brett.
Sorry.
Knowing all the actors in the world.
I know the name, but I just wasn't familiar with him very well.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about Tomcats, the movie club.
Yeah.
What'd you think of this movie?
Well,
I'll give a synopsis.
Okay.
Give the synopsis real quick.
A group of buddies make a bet that could save Michael Delaney's life, and that's Jerry O'Connell, by the way. He owes a Vegas casino from a gambling spree that he needs cash. There's only one person standing in his way, Kyle, a notorious womanizer, and Michael's competition to win the bet, the money, and his life back. It seems hopeless, but Michael has a secret weapon, Natalie. And that's pretty much the basic gist of this film. Mm-hmm. It's really just so these groomsmen make a bet that they're just going to put money and pool it together
over the years, and the last person
guy to get married or last
gets the
jackpot.
Single. Basically.
The last person single after everyone else gets married gets the jackpot.
Yeah.
So it hooked me at the very beginning because it opens with an Offspring song.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was like, oh my god, this is American Pie 2. I'm feeling this.
I know, right?
But it was fine for what it was.
Yeah.
I tell you, it lost points with me with the testicle scene.
Oh, the testicle scene was awful. First of all, okay. So he picks up this jar because Jake Busey has a procedure done because he just has a testicle issue and he just gets surgery done. So he wants his ball. And so Jake Busey's like, "Hey man,
how you say that?
Can I want my ball." So he so Jerry O'Connell.
Not to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
You know what I would have done if I was Jerry O'Connell is be like, "All right, I'll steal your testicle, but you're gonna pay me $51,000." End of movie.
That could have just ended the movie right there.
Because of the guy,
but
Jake Busey is rich.
But he at that point he was already falling in love with Shannon Elizabeth.
True.
So he goes into this medical place, picks up this jar of his testicle that's labeled. I don't know if they would even keep it after that, unless they. Oh well, maybe
it was said medical waste storage.
They probably do.
The room he went into was medical waste storage.
That would have been bagged up and just tossed then.
I don't think so.
Anyways, he picks up the jar. And he stands up. 2 eyeballs are like in these other jars, staring right at him. He drops the testicle, and then he has to go and chase the freaking ball.
And it lands on a plate of cinnamon rolls.
Now I don't want to eat cinnamon rolls.
No, it was just that scene was just awful.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm sorry, but that scene's not nearly as bad as the
dog with the Van Wilder.
Van Wilder.
So this movie was very National Lampoony in my opinion.
Yeah,
I always skip that scene too.
I do too. I can't do it.
I skipped them eating it.
Stop, Brett. All I had to do was say the scene. You don't have to describe it. Just don't talk about
it. You've had these before.
Shut the fuck up! I don't want to hear it anymore. I just wanted to compare it. We don't need to go into it.
They're all
don't
slurping
need vomit.
it.
Shut up. We don't need any vomit on the table here.
I don't think Jerry O'Connell is a lead. I don't like him.
I thought he was fine. His performance didn't bother me.
He's a little overdone. Jake Busey, I don't like him either.
He plays exactly that part,
yes,
so it is what it is.
It's a messy movie.
This was right before American Pie 2.
Yes.
So,
okay.
It came out in 2001. Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have said that. Yep.
So it is what it is. I didn't hate it. I didn't overly like it. It's just I did laugh at some parts.
There was a few parts.
Horatio Sands fighting with the hose.
Yeah, he's like, huh? Oh, that's a big cock. Just a big picture of a giant rooster. So
3 words. 3 words.
I'm not ready to say them. I'm not ready to suck my dick.
No, it's
suck
cock.
my dick. A cock. Suck my cock. Yeah.
And then he just turns around yelling, "Suck my cock."
There's old people. I feel like it's kind of a desperate movie just to try to like be just as funny as American Pie or
a raunchy comedy.
It was very raunchy.
But one other thing I laughed at is when Michael's getting all of his stuff like
stolen,
repossessed.
Oh yeah, Carlos's men. Is that pleather? No, or is this leather? No, it's pleather. Yuck. Oh, they just pick it up and walk.
He's like, no, I need my phone. It's my lifeline. And Bill Maher calls him. He's like, give him your phone.
He hands it over. He's like, he's taking your phone.
But yeah, it was It's fine.
I mean, I think we're laughing just more over the fact
It's
of like
slapstick.
the
like, it's
I'm
funny.
sure I
The
would
redo
have
is
liked it
funnier.
more in 2001.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. And
It was probably a good movie for its time.
I think the writing could have been okay if they wrote it better and they casted it better. I think the movie could have been a grand slam.
I thought it would be a movie with all of those dudes at the beginning.
Yeah.
It ended up being like three of them.
You get the guy that was freaking his wife, Jamie Presley, by the way, is in this movie. She's like womanizing all these other women, and
He's trying to catch her.
He's trying to catch her, and he finally catches her at the end. But
But I did think the very beginning when all 7 of them are standing up there with hard-ons was pretty.
That was pretty funny. Yeah, the Viagra thing.
I thought that was the funny when he gets pulled into the. It's like right at the beginning where he gets pulled. He gets pulled into the back with what's his name, his best friend, and they're showing the clips about how she blew on the dice, and that just means that he rolled, so now he's $51,000 in debt. And the other guy,
go back.
He's like, no, go back to the scene with the girls. Go back to the scene with the women.
From the
And
other
she's
girl.
getting a massage from the women, and then he goes back to like the hotel room, and he's just busted in, and he goes to look, and he's like, "You see my flip flops?"
That was a good line. I was looking
What
for
are
flip
you doing,
flops.
honey? Have you seen my flip flops? And he's looking for like another chick in the hotel room.
So Jerry O'Connell, Shannon Elizabeth, Jake Busey, Jamie Presley, those are the big people and the big names. So critics give this a 14%. Fans
14?
fans give it a 42.
I'll give it a 6.
Yeah, I'm giving this a 5. I think the idea was there. I think it was they had it, but they just didn't do it right.
I'll give it a 5.5.
Yeah. It's pretty meh, but if you want to waste some time and have a few laughs, maybe some,
It's definitely
we're
like
laughing more about it now,
If
re-saying
you
the
like
things.
American Pie, Road Trip, Euro Trip, give it a watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's worth
Van
it's definitely
Wilder.
I don't think it's a movie to watch by yourself. I
Okay.
think we would have enjoyed it more like if the three of us watched it like on the sofa together.
Yeah.
I think it would have been like and had a few drinks kind of thing.
Agreed. It'd be one of those drinking movies.
Like it's not like a movie
It's
sit down
kinda
with
like-
popcorn kind of thing.
Right.
Like it's just kind of a chill and drink and laugh at the screen. kind
I
of
think it's
movie.
stupid they didn't even get the rights to the Mission Impossible theme. They just
Yeah.
made up their
When
own.
he's climbing on the
Yeah,
rocks and then he falls.
their own Mission Impossible stuff. So basically, just one big fact about this movie: the idea of the movie came from when the writer director overheard college roommates discuss their own bachelor bet. That's all it really. It's the only big thing about I read through all the facts about this movie. And it's like it's a pretty just a college film,
Yep.
I'd say it's pretty meh, but yeah. I am picking, and this week we're going with Dune, 2021.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Is it on Max?
It is on, yes, it just got added to HBO Max, re-added anyway. This just came out, and they had it on for 1 month for when it was in theaters. Here is the synopsis of the film. It's actually got a really good rating, so I'm really excited to watch this one. So the synopsis of this movie: Paul Atreides, I can't say his last name, a brilliant and gifted young man born into a great destiny beyond his understanding, must travel to the most dangerous planet in the universe to ensure the future of his family and his people. As malevolent forces explode into conflict over the planet's exclusive supply of the most precious resource in existence, only those who can conquer their own fear will survive. So it stars Timothy Chalamet, Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin, Stellan Skarsgård, Jason Momoa, and it has Zendaya in it as well.
Yeah. So we're watching Doom?
Dune. Dune.
Not Doom.
Not Doom.
Dune.
Dune.
Did you say that on purpose?
Yes.
Okay, I got a quick question since we kind of referred to American Pie.
Okay.
Of 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
If you had to pick the funniest scenes, which ones?
Oh,
and there's a reason I'm asking this.
Scenes that I can still laugh to?
Yes.
Let's go with that.
I could just laugh to all three movies.
That's
man.
fine, but pick
All
a
right,
good one.
say like you thought, holy crap, this is funny. I need to find it on YouTube real quick and watch it. What would it be? Because I have an answer.
Okay, one comes to mind right away, and
I'll have
Josh
to
already
think.
knows what it is.
No, I don't.
It's the dildo scene. Where they go into the lesbians' room,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and
Oh,
they're
that's in
just,
two.
two.
and that's in 2, and they go in and they're like,
You
and
did
they're-
love that scene.
and they run around.
The
He's like,
people
look
demand
what I
rubber
found! Look what I found!
Shit, dude,
What
I got
is
a
it?
dildo.
It's a dildo.
The people demand rubber dick.
He runs around the house going, dildo, dildo. And he's just like flopping around. Where'd you find this bitch's ass?
Was it in here, Stifler? Maybe. What do you mean maybe? Was it in here? Was it?
I don't even remember that.
I was too excited.
I'm a lesbian stronghold.
What's the name of the dildo? Mr.
Johnny
Captain.
West.
She says Johnny West, but she's actually talking about a doll.
Oh, is she?
Action
Yeah,
figure,
they
yes.
thought that Johnny West was the name of the. So Jim's like,
I'm so funny.
Jim's under the bed. He's like, he looks at it.
See, that scene just makes me laugh
I
all
think
the
that
time.
one. I think
That's
that
probably
one.
one of the funniest scenes. That or when he's when he gets his hand glued.
That's still in
himself.
2. I think 2 is pretty perfectly
Two's
written.
pretty funny.
So
man.
all of mine are from 3, surprisingly.
Really?
Because I think that is my least favorite of. We'll even throw in Reunion.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the scene
reunion
you're
still?
talking
Oh my god!
That part is the best part of the
Are
movie.
you okay? Oh my god!
That was it wasn't Cal. What's not Cal Penn? What's the other one's name?
Cho.
John Cho.
Cho.
Yeah.
So anyway, in 3,
I get knocked down,
At
but I
the-
get up back up again.
at the very beginning, when Michelle's under the table, and Eugene Levy tries to get him to walk out to his car, and he stands up and his
ass is all out.
It's
your penis.
Disgusting.
So that's one that I love. The bachelor scene where Jim
Oh, yeah.
brings back Michelle's parents,
Yeah.
and then everybody shows up. Just the order that it does.
The
is
whole
hilarious.
Yeah, I mean,
insanity of that scene is
It
so
makes me so intense
good.
every time. I don't even know how it ends, but it still makes me like, oh, don't open that door. Oh, like you spanked my fanny, or where'd my fanny, or something. I don't know. She's
Master
like,
put the
Let's
mop
put the
in
mop
up
up
my
my
fanny.
my
Oh.
Like,
fanny.
I did no such thing. So there's that. Then at the beginning, closer, the party, the engagement party, when Stifler shows up,
Yeah.
and he
I rearranges the letter.
Oh,
rearranges
happy
it,
birthday,
but
Jism.
when the
Or
dog's
happy-
licking his lap, and Jim's trying to pull the dog off,
And then they
and
open
the little
up
dog
door.
comes in and starts on his leg. Goes, "You little shit!" And then they all open the door, and they're like, "Oh my god!" That part gets me every time.
I think that Eugene Levy sells it pretty
He
well
does.
too.
He's
He's just
great.
really good.
No, I like. All right, is it reunion? I think it's reunion though. When he's sitting down and Eugene Levy comes to one of the parties, and
Yes.
he either smokes weed or he
That's
drinks or something.
reunion.
He's like, in my day, we used to call it a beaver.
That's
He's
reunion.
talking. Is it reunion?
That's 4. That's 4.
And then they pour vodka down the ice sculpture, and
Yeah.
he's like,
He's like, oh.
I love that scene. That scene too.
I think.
Or when they're trying to get like, okay, that's reunion too. Where they're trying to get what's her name, the girl he babysat. She's
Yes.
drunk off her ass. They're trying to get her into the
Up to the
house.
house.
He like
Yes.
just drops her a few times butt naked. or the
Oh my God,
hold
Alex!
on.
You're just
I'm
gonna name them all now.
No, where they knock on the door and they're like, "Can we use your phone?" They're like, "Don't you guys, have cell
phones?"
phones?" Like
That's-
they're all dead.
Every single one of them.
Every
are dead.
single one of them.
No, I gotta say 2. I think 2 is still my had those 2 scenes.
I
that
know.
you said were my
I really
favorite.
like reunion and I really like 2.
Oh man. Okay. Well. What's next here? We got some news here. Some playing.
I
and
mean, I've got
watching.
some stuff.
Yeah,
So we talked about the Batman last week.
we did. We talked about all enough.
So I don't know if you guys heard something that was in like the something that was in the news, but last Wednesday, so like a couple days after the podcast, there was a showing of the Batman in Texas, in Austin, Texas,
"Oh, a bat got released."
and
yes.
a bat got released in the theater as a prank.
Oh, I think that's funny.
So
that's I guess that's funny.
I'd
Yeah.
be annoyed if
I'd be
was
very
in
annoyed
there.
So
myself.
what ended up happening is like people ran out, obviously screaming, because the only way they found it is like there's an actual video of it because someone got out their phone right away, and you can see the bat flying across like the screen, like freaking out. And eventually, what happened is they coursed it to the exit door or whatever, and then it flew out the exit door.
Just outside.
like outside.
Outside.
Yeah.
So but somebody apparently like it doesn't say any about how somebody got it in. They said it was in like a bag and they just released it.
Yeah.
So how did they get the bat? I have no idea. And how dangerous that is, that's really dangerous. But for by the time that the cops got there, they couldn't find the bat because they had already like got it
Released it.
outside. But so basically, you know how we got the bomb threat for the Batman? And they just gave us tickets and said, here, come back
For The
later.
Dark Knight.
So they offered a bunch of full refunds, and people just said, no, we just want to go finish the movie. We don't want to come back.
Right.
So they got back in the theater and just sat down and watched the rest
Continued
of the
it
movie.
because he wants to go sit through
Yeah,
the kid.
the majority of the people didn't take refunds. They just was like, no, we'd like to finish the movie, please.
That's a lot easier because then you don't gotta find another free time.
Right.
That's true, but you're all
You
like
know,
worked up
you've
from the
already
bat.
made
People
it-
are talking.
I would have
and-
done the same.
Which thing? Gone back?
I would have gone back in and finished it.
Yeah, same. I think I would have been just happy with going back to where I was, because a lot of people nowadays, they pause movies, they go to the bathroom at home. Like a lot of people over the pandemic, they're okay with taking a break in between a 3-hour movie.
I would hopefully they would back it up like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say can we just go to where we know it's digital, we know what you can do. You know, this is basically just a
It's
media
not
player.
film.
It's not film anymore, so we know you can do it. I got a couple of articles here of some news about some announcements. Alex, you should be pretty excited about this. The Umbrella Academy Season 3 got announced.
When?
Coming out June 22nd,
Yay!
2022. So we got a lot of things
You
going
didn't
on.
even watch season 2.
Yeah.
It's.
Because June is going to be busy enough. Obi-Wan Kenobi is coming
yes, I
June
know that.
24th.
Yes, that one's coming too.
And The Boys Season 3 got announced. Comes
For
out
what, June?
June 3rd.
Oh my god. June's gonna be busy, man.
Have you continued The Boys?
Nope.
Are you gonna?
Don't know.
Season 2 ended pretty good, I'd
It did.
say.
Yeah, it did.
But
It
you
did.
kind of have no idea where they're gonna
Nope.
take it.
Yeah, you just kind of go, what?
Mostly because season 1 ended on such a freaking
Yep.
crazy note. One big announcement that came about that would excite you, Brett. Teenage
Doubt
Mutant
it.
Ninja Turtles. What?
I said I doubt it, but I was
Well, yeah,
joking.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga
Yeah,
collection,
I saw this.
coming
Yeah,
out for
this-
all systems.
This I always thought it was only on Sony.
Nope. I just got on IGN today, and it's all systems.
Okay, the post I saw was a few
Yep.
days ago. So this sounds like a cool idea, and then I think back to the Aladdin and Lion King collection that I bought,
Yeah.
which is cool, but so hard that you give up 5 minutes in.
I think you'll play Turtles in Time.
No.
Well, I guess Alex, you want to play this Cowabunga collection?
What was the one that they did? They redid Turtles in Time like
Yes.
10 years ago.
Yes, they did.
And
Loved it.
that was okay. But-
It's the same. I
yeah,
loved
I
it.
mean, it looked good.
Yeah.
It was cool
Okay,
to
so
play
Brett's
with
out.
people when you're drinking, but otherwise, oh
We know
well.
who's playing with us then, Brett. We got Brian and Patrick that'll play with us then. We thought we'd include you. Guess not. So, yeah, co-op, local, and online. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4,
That's
Turtles
a
in Time
good
is going to be on it.
streaming with your
Yep.
crew people.
We will.
Game.
Absolutely. I'm excited about it. It'll be good. What do you have, Alex? You're looking at
I
some kind of
yes,
chart.
I had like a thing I wanted to share here
What?
because it kind of relates to us
Yeah?
right now. All three of us actually.
Uh-huh.
So there was a post that came out. When was this? Middle to end last week. That I saw, and it said it was titled 1 in 5 people in New York City have considered OnlyFans to afford living as
Surprised you're bringing
rents
that up.
as rent
Wow.
skyrockets. So I was looking into it, and they actually sent out a survey or whatever, and it's the OnlyFans part is just the to grab your attention, but there's a whole bunch more for the actual it's hypothetical moves that you would do to stay in your dream city,
Right.
just because rent has gone up 30%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did read, I think yesterday, maybe the day before, that in Fort Wayne is a few percentage higher than the national average in rising costs of groceries and rent and
Yeah.
gas. We are higher than the national average, I believe.
Which is kind of weird because we're usually
We are
We're
usually
usually below.
we
We're
have
usually,
been Fort Wayne has
below.
been
Right.
one of the cheapest places in the
I think
country to live.
and that's why a lot of people
Yeah.
that from high school, you see a lot of people from high school leave that was born and raised here. We leave and then we
Come
flock
back.
back because it's cheaper.
Yep.
to
I
live
know-
here.
I know
I mean,
way too many
especially if you're gonna
people.
have a family.
Yeah, that too.
Anyway, what?
So
Yeah.
there was just a few things. So in the 12-month span starting from last January, rent in New York City has risen an average of 33%, which
Let's do the math.
some of these landlords, according to lots of New Yorkers on TikTok, said their rent has gone up as much as 50%. So New York City, this is not just New York. This is New York City. So the question was, there was a survey just sent out to a bunch of people, and they got a lot of responses
To give
back.
to give you an idea of how much that would be, by the way, a $1,500 rental, 30% increase, that's $450.
Yeah,
added.
it's ridiculous.
That brings you almost just under $2,000.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if you're thinking about it here rent has gone up so much that last year people were complaining about rent just for like a two bedroom. A 2-bedroom was like $1,500, and I was like, that's freaking ridiculous that you're paying that in Fort Wayne. Like when we were living in Chicago, 20 miles from the city. Yes, I understand why rent was $900, and that was in the ghetto.
Right.
And that was 1 bedroom, 700 square feet. So that was horrible. So there was just some hypothetical moves. So what would you do to live in your dream city? So we might just use this as like our next like fan topic, because I think that'd be a good question. But there was just a few things. So there was 48% said they would just dip into savings, and then it goes down to 45. Only go out 1 night per week, live off cheap food, sacrifice vacation days. But then it kind of goes down into go into credit card debt.
Whoa.
We did.
Oh, yeah.
To live in Chicago. We did
yeah,
that.
We did.
30% of people said live in a closet for cheaper rent.
Live in a closet?
Yeah, live in a
Well,
closet.
Brett, you lived in a studio.
I did.
Now you have a 1-bedroom.
Yes.
Are you
But
happier
I
in a
have
one?
seen people like
And I-
advertising, not rooms, but like spaces in houses.
Yeah. Are you
for
happier
rent.
in a 1-bedroom?
versus
Do
a
you like
studio?
the space? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the studio.
Do you think you can go
was-
back though?
Could I go back to the studio? No, because
Okay.
I feel like I'm short on space now in my 1-bedroom. But while it's just me, it's fine.
Right.
But I couldn't imagine living in something smaller. I'd have to get rid of a bunch of stuff.
I think Alex and I are gonna have a culture shock when we move out of this house and go into an apartment again. We're gonna lose a lot of space that we're used to having.
I kind of
Especially
liked
Pixel.
liked having my own little space, to be honest.
Mm.
Other things would be not sell my car to walk to work or to ride a bike.
Right.
Sleep on an air mattress was 23% of people. And then it comes down to OnlyFans, which is kind of right down in the middle. It says 19% of these people that took the survey in New York City said they would be willing to start an OnlyFans account to pay rent.
Now, OnlyFans doesn't mean you're sharing your entire self onto the internet. It's just
the reputation is
the
there.
reputation has been put as that, but it can be used to show off cosplay that can't be shown on Instagram.
True.
It could be used to show off, abilities. Like you could do it for typing classes, or I could do graphic design classes, and people could pay me for it on OnlyFans.
So what the last couple things on here is dip into early retirement savings, and steal toilet paper from work was on there as well. And I was like, wow, you guys really for
To steal
New
a lot
York
of toilet
City,
paper
that's
to
a
make a
lot of
dent.
toilet paper, man. But those are just that I just figured that was just something like I was like, wow, you know what? Because we're talking about like not being able to get jobs or getting paid significantly less or living off of this and that. Like it's hard everywhere. But I was like, really for New York City, like you're
Right.
gonna like just steal toilet paper from work if you so you could pay your rent
Yeah.
and live in your dream city.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really worth it.
No. I personally, we've always been like, oh, we can move to a smaller town and be happy. I'm sure. And, it all depends on rent these days. It's just increasing, and the cost of living.
Oh, I was
itself.
looking for that. I
and
found
gas
it,
prices
finally.
too.
Yeah.
So
wonder what
it
gas
said
prices are now.
that I was looking for the cost here. It said that their 1-bedroom apartment, this one person who's 27 said that they are living in the middle of New York City. Their 1-bedroom apartment went from $2,600 to $3,600
Wow.
a month. And then this 29-year-old said that their rent went from $2,750 to $4,950.
Oh my god.
How in the
That's
hell?
almost
How?
double.
I don't know.
How do you live?
By the way, gas here is $4.20. $4.13 at Walmart. I don't know. how it's
I saw
7
it around
cents
here
cheaper.
right today. I saw it at $4.27. That was the lowest I saw
dropped
it.
Then it dropped.
That might have been like, hey, if you use your card, you get 3 cents off. Like it might have been that.
It's even lower then, because it's $4.20.
Well, no, though, like, yeah, you're right.
It's
Never mind.
exactly.
Forget it.
The cost of living is going up, and it's getting scary sometimes.
So, would you guys go to extreme levels of living in your dream city? Would be like
I don't-
probably next.
Brett, you don't have a
I
dream
don't have
city,
a
do
dream
you?
city because it's just it was just by chance that I was born an hour south of one of the cheapest places to live in the country.
Yeah.
It's just luck, I guess.
And you just find where you're at.
And if I have everything that I need here, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you haven't not left the area. You have, well, you've kind of
I went about an hour to the east in another state, and that's not really going.
I guess next week's question can be like, what extremes have you gone to stay to live where you're living, or what is the most
other than
extreme?
Credit card debt that we've already had. That's about it.
I mean, we like.
Did you
dumped
want
the car.
to live in Chicago?
Yes.
Well,
yes and no.
It was more just of an opportunity to go to a school that I thought was going to be beneficial.
Right.
Yeah, no, just basically.
That was my main
crap in
point.
our Cheerios.
From the plains, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We went from
we
went from a 700 population town to living in Chicago, one of the biggest cities in the United States.
So if you want to talk about, well,
culture shock.
that will take us into our fan question about our neighbors, because the culture shock of Chicago and the bad neighbors we had.
Woo.
Not just Chicago. We also had a few here.
Oh yeah,
and we're gonna get into that.
There's some great great stuff. I mean, we've shared a lot on the
We
podcast.
already have, but I'm pretty certain that there might be something that we probably haven't. But we have the fan question of the
I like
day.
that upstairs neighbor starter pack.
Yeah.
The stone shoes.
The what is your terrible neighbor story? We've all had terrible neighbors, or we've been terrible neighbors ourselves. Yeah, we have been called on before.
Once.
And I don't know.
Once.
And everyone was of age.
The only time, and I'm going to share that to my children, the only time we've ever had the cops knock on our door, we were in our 30s.
Playing Super Smash Brothers
and drinking. And we got called on because we were making too much noise, and they thought that there was some kind of brawl going on. And
yeah, there
really
a brawl.
But we were in our 30s drinking, playing a video game.
It's a little upsetting that they.
Like, I legit wanted to be like, you want to come in? Like, the officer looked like he was our age. I'd be like, do you want to come in and have a beer?
I thought that they were gonna have to, I don't know, breathalyze us or something.
Oh no, we opened up the door. We legit were like, huh? And he's like, just.
I was holding the controllers in my hands.
I know, we were holding the controllers and a beer, and he's like, oh, okay. It was just like this. Yeah, just keep it quiet, I guess.
Exactly.
I kind of just want to be like, Mom, I got the cops called on because I'm playing video games.
Right. Did you have some bad neighbors, Brad?
I really don't think I did. Nothing sticks out in my head. I mean, when you're in an apartment, you expect to be able to hear your neighbors, to an extent. I know I was called on once because I had my stereo up really loud, which I turned it down then, so that's what you do. But
right.
I don't think I've ever had it to where it was more like right at the end of having a roommate. It was more of a roommate problem than a neighbor problem.
I get that. Like, see, Alex and I are just now experiencing roommates.
Jake's not really considered a roommate because we barely see him.
And when we see him, it's like we'll see him for a conversation or two.
It's like we see him I feel like we see Jake as much as we see you. And Jake lives here. Because his shifts are so freaking early in the morning, and then he sleeps all day, and then he wakes up and he goes to work when we're going to sleep. So
he's just in his room most of the time.
And then he's in his room most of the time. So it's just kind of like, okay, what's up?
Yeah. Us, we've had the stories on here of our bad neighbors, especially when we were living in our
first set of apartments here,
the townhome. When we debuted the podcast, we'd talk about the kids next door and
Mother of the Year.
Did we talk about the druggy neighbor?
Probably.
I think we did.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, we did actually, because I was listening to some of the early stuff a while back, and I remember us talking about where he almost got arrested. But he couldn't get arrested because he was underage. They couldn't enter the premise.
No, that wasn't the issue. The issue was that they knocked on the door and they went.
Oh, the car sped in. The car that sped in, and you were on lunch. That's the story. When they pulled up really fast and ran into the apartment. That story. And the cops.
Oh
were like,
shit! That's right. I forgot about that because they can't technically. They won't. They cannot enter.
He's out of the vehicle.
Warrant.
He's already out of the vehicle.
Yep, he's out of the vehicle,
already in,
and he ran inside.
Yeah.
And they just stood out there and like waited
The
for him.
laws that the cops, you know.
They sat out there for 30, 40 minutes pounding on the door. And if they open the door, then they can come in and get the guy.
Right.
But since they didn't open the door, they can't come in.
Yeah. So we talked about that on that was like one of our first few episodes where we were talking about having
Do
the
you
bad
remember
neighbor
how excited we were though in the
when
middle of the
they got
night
arrested.
when he got arrested?
Yeah, that was great.
I was like, I shut off all the lights and we were being that neighbor because we were looking outside.
You know,
and
it's sad we're saying that. Threw his life away, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? We got like a friggin' drug dealer off the street.
We did.
He was selling that to kids.
He was.
Maybe
Kids.
Maybe he's out now and doing it again.
Oh, he probably is too. I mean,
At this
we already
point,
found
he's
out how
probably
old he
out
was.
because
He was like
a
18.
minor. He wasn't.
He was
18.
like 17 or 18. Oh yeah, that's right. Because his mother was paying for his.
Yeah, his mother.
Yeah, what a mother, right?
God. Okay, so bad neighbor there.
Bad neighbor. Our house smelled like weed 24/7, and
I'm certain there's
it was
other
like
than weed.
My mother like we got used to it because like the vent was connected to like their
Vents just connect.
it was like connected to their apartment. So when you walked in, like there was a vent right above the front door. So when you walked in, I walked in one day and was like, "Are you guys doing drugs?" And I was like, "What?" She's like, "I just smell ganja." And I was like, "That's them."
Yeah.
Like, imagine if you were to open up their front door, you'd probably have a cloud of smoke poof off. But it wasn't just that. It smelled like they were burning like chemicals, like making like meth and shit.
Yeah, probably that.
Like, cause remember all the little vials and stuff that we were seeing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they were definitely like cooking up meth or something.
Right.
But yes, there was that. But there was also the time where our neighbors in that same apartment, there was some neighbors that blew up a firework that was supposed to be way up in the air, and it was in the middle of the morning.
Right.
And I think you were gone. I think you were at work, and somebody set off a firework in the parking lot, and it exploded right in front of my bedroom window, and it like shook the apartment. It was like one of those big ass ones, and I thought like I thought we were getting nuked or something. Like, I'm not joking. Like, it was just like I like shook my bed, and Layla started barking, and I looked outside, and there's this big cloud of smoke and like a big black hole in the like they set it off in like the grass.
Yeah.
And like there was no kids to be found. Like, you know that they went run, you know, as a kid, 'cause you know it's something we would do.
Right.
Yeah, there was that. I specifically remember that one because that one woke me right up.
So we got some responses of this on Discord. I was able to get this out on a few of our social media platforms. We did not get this on our on Instagram, so unfortunately we don't have any responses there. But we got a couple from Discord here. One from Brig that says, "I've never really had bad neighbors. My mother, brother, and I always did our best to become friends with them. Plenty of times having drinks, cookouts, etc. But my upstairs neighbor, only thing is when they get off their toilet, it sticks to them and they let it drop.
Oh, God.
And I hear it bounce."
Do you remember in your first apartment? First apartment when you lived here?
You could hear the toilet flush.
No. You couldn't necessarily hear the toilets flush. If there was somebody taking a piss and you were
Oh, you could hear, yeah.
Oh, you could hear them peeing.
Yeah.
Like the stream and everything. You could hear everything.
I think I just got so used to it.
It was like a piece of paper between our bathroom and the bathroom on top of us.
Kind of creepy.
It was disgusting.
Kind of
like
creepy.
you sat down to pee and someone else was already peeing above you, and you're like, "Oh, this is weird."
Yeah.
Can you think they can hear me?
But Brig did get called on plenty of times. He was the bad neighbor for being loud while he's just laughing. You know, Brig, he laughs.
Yeah, he's got a laugh.
So he laughs a lot, and you could just, he's gotten called on for being the bad neighbor himself. We got one from Arrow that says, a few months ago, my landlords were taking showers and their pipes were interfering with my pipes and caused a flood in my basement and ruined
Ooh.
all of my pairs of shoes. And there's also many instances where my landlord's wife would smoke weed or cigarettes and the stench would transfer over to my side of it and smelling up the whole living room and the basement. And he also added, "Oh, and yesterday something happened between my mom and my landlord. She told me that there's a rivalry going on between them. So yeah, this should be interesting." So he has a bad neighbor situation going on
it
right
sucks,
now.
Man.
So
It's such a relief to get away from that, though.
it is.
It's such a relief.
When we moved to our
we
apartment,
moved to our new apartment, it was just like a brick came off.
it was very
It's
nice.
so nice.
It was very nice. And then we got one from Crystal that says, not really a bad neighbor story, but growing up, we had a neighbor after him and his wife got divorced and she moved out with the kids. He never kept his house up. It literally looked like a jungle because the weeds were growing so high. You couldn't see where you were walking in his front and backyard. And he even died in the house, and I forgot who went into his house and found him dead. After they took his body, his house got a deep cleaning and the weeds pulled. Hold on. There's a lot. And someone lives there now, but the house still looks gross on the outside, and it looks like it's ready to cave in at any moment. So it's basically dilapidated.
Wow.
Bad neighbors, man.
Bad neighbors.
It happens. But yeah, I think that's all the responses we have on Discord.
I mean, you forgot about what we had for our Chicago apartment.
I did not forget. You didn't tell me.
Our Chicago apartment, we had we had one really old lady on our floor and then one like deaf guy. So so on our floor. So it was super easy to make a lot of noise because the people right across from us, there wasn't anybody, it was a laundry room. So we could make as much noise as we want, be fine. But everybody else, that was like the party building.
Right.
And we had, I mean, there was one time we heard our neighbors having sex. Remember?
Yeah.
We were outside and we just hear like, like,
you did. I was not there.
Oh yeah, you weren't out.
And I went to college with that girl too.
You were out there.
I went to college.
That was like
with
your
her.
financial officer or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like
What?
weird. Yeah, like she helped you with like financial aid or whatever.
Yeah, my financial aid officer.
Yeah,
yes.
that's who she was. We were walking out. It was like
she said, "Oh yeah, right there."
She did. She did.
Yes.
And the window was open. It was like a summer night. It was really late at night, and I think we were having a party or something.
Right.
And I was outside with somebody, and we just hear, "Oh, be quiet, be quiet. What do you hear? Do you hear that?" And you just hear you definitely hear some sex going on. Like it's just, "Oh yeah, right there." Like but in like the voice. It's like some moaning, and we ran inside. We're like, "Guys, somebody's fucking outside." Everyone comes outside and like.
Well, they just had
they shut the window afterwards.
Yeah.
They're like, because I think they knew we were like, "Hey, someone's screwing upstairs."
Yeah.
But there was that, and then there was that one huge party that happened apparently that we slept through, and I went to go to work the next day.
That was everywhere.
And there was like blood all over the walls, and the only way that I knew, that I stopped and figured out what happened was we had like a locked entrance, like just a glass locked entrance door, and I went to go push it open. When I looked down to push it open, and there was this huge like bash, like somebody's head got bashed in like the middle of the door, and the door was like the glass was like not shattered, but it was like pressed in, like it's kind of like bulletproof, like it's not like pushed all the way in, and there was blood all over it. Then I started to look around, and the more I looked around, I saw more blood, I saw vomit, and then I was like, what the hell happened? And then there was beer cans and bottles, and then all over the front area was just beer cans and bottles.
And we missed it.
And we slept right through that. And apparently, like from what we heard from our neighbors, is it was the people right above us through a big party, and there was a huge fight. So it's like, okay, like you walked out, and it was just, it looks like somebody was holding their face with their hand, and it was bleeding, and they just held onto the wall at the same time and just smeared it everywhere. I'm like,
gross.
Okay. And then the door was bashed in. It looked like someone threw their head into the door.
Right. So.
And then we also had those people peeking in our apartment asking if they could join our party.
Well, we brought him in at first.
That was not my idea.
Was not.
That was not my idea.
No.
But we had like a basement apartment, like at ground level, like or at kind of ground level.
Yeah.
And our window was open, and it was like nighttime.
Yeah. And
we were all drunk, and somebody invited some people over because they were outside and they were drunk. They said, "Come over and join our party." And then this asshole just sticks his head into my window. "Hey, are you guys still having that party?" And I'm like, I'm the only one in there. And I'm like, who the hell are you? Sticks her head in my apartment.
Yeah.
"Hey, can you unlock the door so he can come down?" "Yeah, sure." Then I shut my window and like, everybody shut up and shut the lights off. No one's letting this stranger in my apartment.
Oh man. Do we have anything else we want to add to today? I don't think we have any other things.
The time change was this week.
Oh my god, it was. Yeah, hour ahead. And me personally, I'm not getting any, like, it's not changing my life any, but for you guys it probably is.
Well, I really don't have to get up early.
Yeah.
I mean my earliest shift right now is 11 a.m. So
Lucky.
but I will say that so Saturday I worked 11 to 7.
Yeah.
I get home and I fall asleep on the couch, which was a mistake. And I wake up and then I can't sleep until like 4 in the morning. So that screwed me up a little bit, but I'm glad that it we'll get done here and I'll head home, and the sun is just now going down. 20 to 8. So
right.
I like that.
I don't think we should ever do daylight savings time anymore. I think we should just stay where we're
at. I agree. It's just
who just as a collective just
first week and maybe 2 it screws up everything.
Yeah, like I feel like I've lost time.
Yep.
Because it's like, oh my gosh, I lost an hour of whatever it is.
We did last night. Like that's how it felt last night.
For a second there, I thought Alex and I were going to be like switching our like sleeping schedules to third shift because we weren't getting to sleep until 4 o'clock in the morning.
What? Because of this weekend? Because of gaming?
Yeah. A little bit.
Well, that's destiny for you.
Speaking of, you just want to go ahead and plug your Twitch then, unless you guys have anything else
hey,
you
if you would like to watch me stream, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I'm streaming on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday right now. And right now, it's all destiny right now.
I think that whenever we start the campaign, we just get tired. It's happened 3 times now.
Well, because we do our bounties and
dailies,
the strikes and the dailies, and then by the time we get to like
I think we gotta get on earlier.
You guys don't even start playing until like 10:30.
Yeah, but
I think
we need to do
Saturday we'll get on
I
earlier.
think we also need to do some of the campaign off stream.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's what we need to do. I think we need to do things like strikes and nightfalls and things like that. We need to do that on stream.
That's where we have most.
And then
we're
going to be doing the raid.
Well, yeah,
on Saturday. We're going to attempt it. We're going to do the raid on Saturday. So we're going to be like,
you've done it.
We've already done Vault of Glass.
But it still gives you these rewards. There's only 2 raids.
It gives you like now rewards.
Yes. So Vault of Glass and the new raid. Everything else apparently is kaput. I'm like, really? According to Quentin, that's what he says.
Okay, well,
because we couldn't even finish the Nightfall in 15 minutes, and we didn't get any rewards.
The only reason we couldn't do that is because we forgot it was on a timer.
And you were swapping out armor.
Patrick, out of the 3 of us, was like, "Are you guys coming? We're kind of on like a
what's this timer down here?
What's this timer? Like we're kind of timed on this." I'm like, "Oh shit, that's right. It's the Nightfall. We have to complete this in like 15 minutes."
Yeah.
We spent 5 minutes of it just going through our shit.
It's a bad idea. Bad idea. It's what happens when your armor's low and you really
it's what happens when you haven't played Destiny in a long time.
Right. We're just not refamiliarizing it. It's like
I'm still learning it. Relearning it.
Yeah. As far as my stream goes, twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MASTERL. You can find me on there every Wednesday and Thursday evening and Saturday morning. Wednesday and Thursday evenings are dedicated to Destiny, and Saturday mornings are dedicated to any other game out there, really. We actually last Thursday we did Dead by Daylight because the new Samara.
That was a hilarious.
Well, it's
hilarious stream, by the way.
It was pretty fun.
It was so funny.
Yeah. So we played some Dead by Daylight.
You guys need to play that again.
I think it could be a
It's
staple.
so funny listening to all, because you're all boys, and you all go,
well,
really
Jake,
loud and you get scared.
Jake was playing with us.
I know.
So you can hear him scream, and you're right below
all
him.
All of you guys, though, every single one of you have this high pitch scream when you get startled, and it's hilarious.
It's mainly because we just don't want to die.
I know, but it's a game.
Right. So I've been playing that Dead by Daylight. That's they have The Ring. It's
Samara.
Samara. Well, it's the Japanese version, the original version brought in. So I'm okay with that. They can do whatever they want with it. I would have much rather they'd done the Americanized one because that's what would be familiar with me. But still, I recognized her.
Maybe they couldn't get the rights.
I don't think it matters.
Oh.
Maybe. Who knows? The speed of her is not very good. I was able to outrun Patrick at the end.
I know, but so Jake tells me she has TV she teleports to.
Yeah.
Does she scare you like coming out of them then? Does
Well,
she come out of them fast or slow?
Pretty fast.
Pretty fast?
Yeah. You know how when you have Freddy Krueger, he can come up through the blood spots?
Yes.
It's kind of like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it does scare you.
Yeah, except the TVs are stationary. You can pull the tape out too. Rick pulled the tape out.
He did?
Yeah. I don't think Rick died on any of them.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think he died on any of them. I think that he lived through all of them. He's pretty pro at it, but
nice.
Yeah. So, find me there, twitch.tv/Mr. L. So as far as our podcast goes, we'd like it if you guys hit the like button on our channel and also subscribe to the channel. And we have our own URL, PTOUnlimited Podcast, youtube.com/PTOUnlimited Podcast. Hit the alert button for when we're live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As far as our social media goes, find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also find us our Discord. We have the links on all of our audio, and this YouTube channel as well has the link to our Discord as well. Make sure you guys are joining us there. And if you want to find me on Twitter, it is @_Mr. L.
Brett_Wings.
Cute_kitty.
Final note, gotta give another shout out to Patrick because he's been playing Uncharted 2. He's going through that on his stream, and I was watching the last Tuesday night, and you guys popped in for a little bit.
Yep.
But I was watching. He needed a gun because he ran out of ammo, and they were looking for him, so it wasn't a gunfight. But he goes to the top of this building where this bad guy is, and he takes him down stealthily, and the guy, the gun falls out of the guy's hand with it. It falls off the top of the building, so he still didn't have a gun.
Oh,
it was pretty hilarious.
Funny moments.
He was mad, and it was funny.
It's good that he's got a following for that too, because Alex, you've been getting a good following for Destiny. Like you had a
I've
number of people
basically doubled my viewership.
Yeah,
with
Destiny's
playing Destiny.
Yeah, I think Warzone is just oversaturated.
I know, but I love playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go back there
I like
again
Call of Duty
sometime, I'm sure. But do you know what today's unofficial holiday is?
Not Pi Day?
It is, well, that's another one. But it is also the Men's Valentine's Day today. Steak and RH Day, March 14th.
I don't know.
It's a month after.
Oh, a month after regular Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Cue Dennis Nedry. Nobody cares.
Oh, you don't have a significant other to celebrate that with.
Yeah, but
so
like,
that's why Alex said oops.
Did you do anything for him?
No, that's why I said oops.
Nobody cares.
Well, you don't care. Or we don't care about regular Valentine's Day, so.
We don't. Hey.
Josh is like, shut up and give me a steak.
I've not seen anything about that
steak?
anywhere today.
Because it's not official.
Yeah.
Radio stations usually joke about it.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, because men's happiness isn't as important as women's.
Holy crap, we're going to open up a can of that right now.
I said it.
And that's all over the internet as well. That people,
I'm not disagreeing.
That people say that, or that
or that you believe.
Oh yeah, that I totally believe that.
Damn, Alex,
wow.
You digging the hole,
Mm-hmm.
or what? What? Don't look at me. What?
Why would I think that?
I have no
You
idea.
know how equal I am on everything.
You don't have to tell
Why
me.
would I say that? Especially growing up with, if anything, I think men are more important than women.
Really?
Well, I mean, like, look, I like men more than women. You know that.
In general.
In general.
Just being around them.
Yes.
Okay. We'll see. You're a different breed.
I am a different breed. And you can ask my
I think
parents.
it's because men are more real. I don't know.
I don't. No. There's definitely.
We're not afraid to tell somebody to STFU.
Neither are we.
Okay, well,
You
but you'll take it more personally than men will.
women tend to be nice to each other's faces and then
Well, I
rip them
hope.
to shreds behind their back.
Very
Generalizing,
true.
of course.
Very,
too.
very true.
Oh, yeah.
Very
Anyways,
No, I very much my whole entire life, and that can be asked by any parent, any grandparent, any aunt, uncle in my family, brother and sister.
gotcha.
I do not get along well with girls. I get along well with guys. I like guys.
All right. I think we got
Guys
that.
deserve happiness just as much as I do.
Hope you guys celebrated Mario Day on March 10th, by the way. I didn't.
Mario Day.
Mario Day.
I
Mario
observed
Day.
it, and that's about it.
Yep. All right, we're going to go. We'll see you guys next week.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.